subscribers.
First of all, we got more than, well, I don't know.
Subscribers, viewers.
Maybe 21. I'm not sure. I haven't checked in a while. Look, I talked to Andrew yesterday, and I said that I watched his podcast because I actually did. And he said, okay, was it good? And I said, yeah. And he goes, I haven't even gotten through it yet.
Oof.
You're listening to Borderless Banter, a weekly podcast by hopefully soon to be two of your favorite people in the world, Jorge and Goody.
All right. Can you believe that?
No.
Yes.
How do you answer that? I don't know.
It's awesome. Welcome to episode 16 of this amazing Borderless Banter.
Look at us.
Congratulations on 16. That's pretty good.
16. Man, that was a good age.
Hey, it just took 6 episodes. I was showing this to a couple of friends of ours, my mom and even Tiffany. They were like, go ahead. Yeah.
I was showing it to a couple of friends of mine, my mom and my wife.
That is right. That's it. Those are my only two friends. But anyway, they were like, you're wearing the same shirt. And I was like, that's it. That's my uniform on it.
Is that the first time anyone's pointed that out so far?
Yeah, after 16 episodes.
That's funny.
They were like, you've been wearing the same shirt.
Yeah, it would be, honestly, it'd be weird if I was, because I come from work.
Oh, can you
to
imagine?
come record this. So
have you noticed Matthew always wears the same
Goody
clothes
wears the
on Monday?
same clothes on Mondays. I'm so confused. It doesn't matter if it's 90 degrees outside or 20 degrees outside. It's the same polo.
So speaking of same polo, we finished. There's all kinds of stuff happening on sports. We're coming to a conclusion to a lot of good things. Final Fantasy is terrible now these days for me. My 2 QBs are done.
Wait,
you have good QBs?
What does this have to do with the same polo? Were we talking about?
I don't know.
Like
I was just
polo,
looking
like
at
the
a
sport?
polo shirt and the polo sport, and I was like, that's what my mind went through.
That's fair.
Have you ever watched polo?
Yeah. I think it popped up on ESPN one time when I was in college, and I was up at like 4 a.m. And it was on, and it's interesting.
Yeah, it's a very.
I would imagine
sport.
Well, it's for rich folks.
It's just for the brain sharks over there.
But like, it actually looks like it would be tough.
Yeah.
I mean, it's enough to have to ride a horse, but then like those polo club things are like really big.
Yeah, it's what's the name of that game that cricket? No,
Croquet?
Croquet, that's right. Which, by the way,
It's like croquet for not old people. Sorry if you are a senior citizen and you love
there's
croquet.
the guy. I was like, there's this guy talking about old people. Yeah, that's a great sport. You like that one? It's a good one.
Croquet?
Yeah.
Well, so funny story about that and being old people. So my first paid position in student ministry was at my home church, and so I was the associate. And we did a night. I think we called it Senior Citizen Games. And so it was during the summer, and so it was kind of one of those it was one of those weeks where like something was going on, so there were going to be a lot of people out or for whatever reason. And so we were like, "Oh, let's just do something random and different." So we did Senior Citizen Games, and we did stuff like croquet. Let's see, what else did we have that day?
Bocce ball.
Yes. Yeah, the little thing. Yeah. And then we had somebody walked around with little medicine cups of Skittles and was handing them to people. And so we did like dress up. So you had to dress old. And
oh, man. So like
you do weird stuff in student ministry, man.
We were talking about like this. I forgot which movie we were watching. What was? No. We were watching. We saw House Hunters. It's like a TV show.
Oh yeah, I've watched House Hunters.
Okay, good.
As I've gotten older, I've started to appreciate HGTV and
HGTV. Like this is really nice. So we have a family night and just watching stuff. And one of the guys was like, "Oh well, I'm looking for a house, but my in-laws are coming with me, and they're gonna live with us."
Oh gosh.
And like Kendall, really fast, she says, "Y'all not living with me." so So Tiffany was like, oh, okay, I don't care.
Fine.
I want to go live in the, whatever, one of those, it's not assisted living,
Like independent living
homes
type?
or something like that.
Yeah.
He's like, those are fun because they have all kinds of games, like bingo. I was like, that's pretty good.
Hey, look, man. So on a summer camp one time, we did like a missions track, and we one of the days we served at a retirement home like that, and I had to call out bingo.
Yeah.
Bro, bingo at a retirement home, man, it's cutthroat.
It's intense,
like
man.
they don't play around because like they're winning like these prizes, and if you're not going fast enough for
That's right.
them,
No.
they're like, the faster you go, the more prizes we get to get.
That's right. But they're intense. I've never been in one, but I just hear stories about people getting very intense about bingo.
Woo.
It was a show. There was a guy that kept yelling bingo. And they're like, it's not bingo yet. Oh, okay. What's it's like every time you get this, you say bingo. Okay. So every time he hit a number, he was like, bingo. And they're like,
That's funny.
Please stop. And like you would see all the old people. Anyway, so that's what I was like thinking, I think it would be fun for you to live in a house when you have every event planned for you.
Yeah, that would be nice.
That's
Every
nice.
meal.
You don't have to think about meals. You just hang out in there. That's nice.
That's when it would pay to be rich.
That's right. That's exactly it.
I think on here, you did a would you rather have a chef,
Yes.
a personal chef or a personal butler?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, give me the chef all day.
That's right.
All day.
It will save. You were talking about ordering like food or something, and you're like, how great would I be like? I really feel like a little sushi right now.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night, and you're like, okay, you call somebody, and you're like, oh,
And Bobby Flay just pops up and he's like,
a name and everything, man. I love it. So that's good. Sports are just kind of weird these days. Events and news and stuff like that. What do we have?
because the NBA started and we've already established that no one cares about the NBA.
You know what? Honestly,
So we
if I
can
start
move
thinking
on.
about NBA, it's just dreadful, though.
Yeah. It's anyway.
That's just you kill the mood, though. Anyway, so there's something about just good to talk about this stuff. Let's see. Any good stuff this week happening?
Well, if all goes to plan,
if
all goes to plan, this episode 16, is being released on Black Friday.
Black Friday.
Which means yesterday was Thanksgiving.
How was
Now we'll get to Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But speaking of Black Friday, is your family are y'all a Black Friday shopping type of family?
No, we didn't grow up. There's no Black Friday in Mexico. They're just sort of
that's fair.
putting it somehow here.
So y'all don't do.
No, like even Tiffany's, they're like, no.
Yeah. Well,
Black
nowadays
Friday.
you can do so much stuff online now that it doesn't even. I've only been physically shopping on Black Friday. Well, I know twice. Once was to get my mom an iPad. Pretty good
That's
present,
pretty
man.
good. Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
And then, but the first time was like 2009-ish when Blu-ray players first came out.
Oh.
And Walmart had a Blu-ray player on sale for like $100, which was like,
It was a great deal.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's right.
and so it's the only time I've ever been. My mom, or it may be my dad, dropped me off. And like this was before they did, now they do like the ticketing stuff where you just get a ticket, and so there's not like
There's no fight.
stampede.
Yeah.
No, man, this was doors open,
legit.
Red Sea comes crashing back in and into Walmart, and I get back to the back, and I mean it's crazy, dude. Like people are grabbing on it, and and so I get to the back, and there's one left.
No.
I see it. And I'm as sprinting as I sprint. Yes, I grab it, pull it off the shelf as another guy goes to reach for it.
No.
And I snatched it out of his hands.
Nice.
And I took home that Magnavox Blu-ray player. And it was massive too, man. It was the biggest Blu-ray player you've ever
Think
seen.
about it. That's like, there's one of my favorite movies, Jingle All the Way.
A Turbo Man.
It's like,
I used to at my great aunt's house in Louisville. They had it on VHS, and that was the first time I'd ever seen it. And I mean, back in the 90s when it came out. And oh my goodness, that's such a good.
And how about the creepy neighbor just trying to hit on the wife? I was like, I was too young, and I was like, man, that guy's messed up. I was like, but yeah. So speaking of Black Fridays, I have a dream that I want to go to Black Friday, just run the Stampede, and go straight and get a candy bar, right?
Okay.
This is when like YouTube was sort of getting big, and I was like, that'd be pretty fun if I do this. Like run, get a candy bar, going through the register, and it was like $2. And I was like, what? There's no discount on this? And I would just smash the candy bar. It's like having it in line for 3 hours and just $2. I think it would have been great, though.
That would have been pretty funny.
But so no, I didn't do it.
You can buy a Turbo Man.
No.
$27.88 on eBay right now.
Can you imagine just being by Acuna, Dwight, the Bigfoot guy, Cristiano Ronaldo right there? He can just be here, Turbo Man, for the season.
Look at him. Turbo Man could go
Turbo Man.
right there.
What a great movie, though.
Oh yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger is
what was the name of the kid?
I'm trying to find.
It's like, hey, you don't want your Turbo Man? No, I got Turbo Man at home.
I'm trying to find the Turbo Man quotes where he says, "What is it? Oh yeah, I want the Turbo."
I want the Turbo Man action figure with the arms and legs that move, and the boomerang suitor, and the rock and roll jetpack, and the realistic voice activator that says 5 different phrases, including "It's Turbo Time." Accessories sold separately, batteries not included.
Accessories sold separately, batteries not included. Man, do you remember when that phrase came after like
that's exactly
every commercial?
That's right.
Accessories sold separately, batteries not included.
Did we talked about? I think we talked about this because it was a Netflix show about a guy that won a helicopter. Did we talk about these in this?
Or are you talking about the Pepsi thing?
The Pepsi stuff.
The jet.
Yeah. No, it's not a helicopter. The jet. So because of that, all these people were putting like batteries not included, or like Mattel and the G.I. Joes like
you will not actually win a jet.
Oh, that's funny though. But yeah, so I love. I just cannot wait for Christmas to start talking about Christmas. Maybe we'll do that next time with favorite Christmas movies and stuff like that. But on that one, so since like Thanksgiving, we have a tradition that we don't do.
Yeah, I was going to ask you.
Christmas trees until the day after Thanksgiving.
That's usually, that's
kind of
what you guys do? Our family had done, yeah.
Yeah. And every time you start thinking, like, all right, I'm going to get a better, what's it called? Christmas trees is getting more. There's sometimes, though, these Christmas trees, there's just, people have all these techniques.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I just put warm water first for the first 24 hours, then I try to wash it off and I clean it up again. And what we do is we put an aspirin every day. Have you done that?
You put in an aspirin?
Yeah, just put an aspirin every day. We heard that somewhere.
Interesting.
And it stays greener all the time and smells better.
Is that true?
I don't know. That's a myth, maybe. I don't know.
Interesting.
What is your myth on this Christmas trees?
I'm assuming then that means that y'all get a real tree.
Yeah, we're real people. You like real trees?
As you should.
Maybe.
I mean, I'm just saying.
So Madison,
it's not Christmas if you don't have a real tree.
I know. What does that mean?
Just kidding, folks. It can be a real Christmas. It's just not as real. I'm just saying there were no fake trees at Jesus' birth.
But they're Christmas trees, though.
No, there was not Christmas trees at all in Bethlehem.
There's the bat theology right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no Christmas trees at all. But anyway, so we're thinking now in the basement, we're going to put a fake Christmas tree.
Oh, in the basement.
In the basement.
Okay.
But upstairs, we're going to put a real one.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have like 10 live trees. I mean, I think the record at my house growing up, my mom one Christmas, I think we counted it up. We had 19 trees out.
19
Oh, my
trees.
mom still loves decorating for Christmas, but she lives in a condo now. on the beach. So
All the time you spend decorating, though. No.
but she's quick about it and she loves it. So like
that's good. That's her thing. That's nice, though.
Including 3 live trees.
What?
Yeah.
So we have that little tradition of like, I know people after Christmas, they take the Christmas trees to the lakes and all that stuff.
We keep ours up as long as we can.
Yeah, you do. It's like, hey, it's June. Do you think it's time for us to take this Christmas tree out?
Okay. But usually, I mean, it goes into the new year usually.
Yeah, no, New Year, absolutely. I think the latest we put is maybe like mid-January. We still have the Christmas tree. No ornaments, nothing on it, but
Then
just
it starts
there.
shedding, and you're like,
Yeah, you're like, oh my goodness. And then like there was one time that we start burning it right beside our house.
oh, and it's so fun.
Oh my goodness.
Those
The
things
flames of
go
those-
up so quick. When I was in high school, one Christmas break, there were like me and 5 or 6 other guys that lived in the same neighborhood. We were all best friends, and so we went around because people would leave their Christmas tree out on on the side of the road to take away or whatever. And so we would go take them. And one of our buddies lived in the back of the neighborhood in a cul-de-sac. So we probably had like 15 Christmas trees. And we piled them in the middle of this cul-de-sac and lit them on fire. And it was like...
It created a Christmas tree, but in flames.
Instant regret because this thing, like, flames shot up like 40, 50 feet. And we're just like, oh, we're about to set the whole...
It's like the Rockefeller Christmas tree, but on fire.
This whole neighborhood's about to go up.
And you know what'll be fun, though? Maybe we can talk to somebody with a farm. And then maybe we can collect that. And you can start like a little... I'm just saying, a little tradition of like, bring your tree and celebrate.
Whoever would we call?
Who can call? You know, if you only knew somebody had like a nice farm.
Yeah, like a farm that you could have like a bonfire out at, invite the students.
That's right. That'd be nice, though. You know, that'd be great.
well.
Anyway, so and if anybody is interesting, you can just let us know. I think that'd be pretty good.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of Thanksgiving, do you guys have any besides putting up the tree? Are there any Thanksgiving traditions or things that y'all do that you would consider maybe out of the quote unquote ordinary?
I don't think so. Maybe you
people?
put them in the spot right here, but I don't think we do. Yeah, Tiffany was like, you forgot about this. I don't think we do. Which I think is pretty interesting because I didn't celebrate Thanksgiving in Mexico City. Even though we have a lot of Americans, friends, and stuff like that, we knew about it, but it was not our celebration. So we went there and we're like, oh, it's a turkey. What is the turkey for ham?
Columbus didn't kill all the Mexicans. He killed all the indigenous people. Or the Pilgrims. Not Columbus. The Pilgrims.
And that's how it goes out. Then so like, oh, Mexico hates you. No, so we don't have that. So when I came to the States, I mean, I have to adapt to whatever Tiffany's was. And I don't think we have anything. I just remember driving a lot at one point to visit like
different families.
The family, the dad's mom and dad, and then the mom's mom. And that was about it. But we don't have one. Like, tell me one kind of tradition you have.
Well, all right. So do y'all do both ham and turkey?
Yes.
Or do you prefer one or the other?
Absolutely. I don't like turkey. Do you like turkey?
I don't like turkey in the Thanksgiving sense. I don't like the big thick cut.
Yeah.
Now deli turkey.
Yeah, deli turkey is good. Yeah. Like it's funny you talk about that food. Like turkey, I'm like, it's kind of dry, you know? Yeah. So like, I mean, one time, David and I also cook some turkey, and we just spend time like injecting it like crazy, and that was pretty good. But usually that turkey is pretty dry, and I don't like it. I do like the turkey legs; those are good.
There you go. All right, what about your dressing?
I hate the dressing. I hate the cranberry stuff, and
you don't like cranberry sauce?
No, do you?
Oh, straight out of the can, man. It can't be any of that. People that eat this fresh stuff, I'm like, no. Give me that cranberry sauce right out of the can with the little rib side all day long.
I like the corn. Like there's usually corn or cream corn or cream of corn or something.
My non-negotiables on Thanksgiving are mashed potatoes because my mom just killer mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes are great though.
My sister makes sweet potato casserole, which is incredible.
Is it brown sugar or not?
Oh yeah. Yeah, and then topped with
that's delicious.
pecans.
Pecans. Say pecans. I hate people would say pecans and pecans. Tomato.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's good. I do like a little bit of that sweet potato casserole.
Yeah.
I like green beans because they have tons of bacon.
I do.
So that's pretty good.
We do green bean casserole.
And then like what is it called? The bread thing.
Like croissants.
Croissants are good, but not. There's the I'm forgetting the main thing there, but it's besides turkey and ham. What is that thing called?
The bread thing.
That's bread, I think. Doesn't it?
Like the dressing?
The dressing, yeah. So sorry.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't like the dressing.
We do cornbread dressing.
Oh.
Which is like, we don't do what Northerners would call stuffing.
Oh, stuffing. That's what I meant. That's what I call it for. Stuffing. Yeah. Stuffing.
No.
Yeah, I don't like that stuffing. That's what I was saying. The stuffing, I'm like, ugh. It's just cornbread too dressing. Much. I'm like, what is this? But ham all day long. I love ham.
So you asked me if we have a different tradition.
What was that one?
So, my dad was always the one that cooked the turkey. Like that was his thing. He'd wake up at like 4 a.m. and he'd start cooking it. All right. Well, once it was just me, my mom and sister, we realized like,
who's going to make the turkey?
Well, it wasn't even that. It was, we don't even really like turkey. Or ham.
Oh.
In this sense.
Yeah.
And so it was like, why keep cooking this
if we don't like it?
And having all these leftovers if we don't actually like it?
Yeah.
And so then that begged the question, well, what do we like?
Oh.
And the overwhelming response was, we like steak.
Oh. So that's great.
So now, I guess we're
upgrade.
We're going on like 5 or 6 years of doing this. And this was when I was still in. Actually, we started when I was in my previous church. But I would go the day before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
To a local butcher in Murfreesboro.
Yummers.
And I would get myself, my mom, and my sister a 1.5 inch thick, like 20-ounce USDA prime ribeye.
Oof.
And I would spend like, for 3 ribeyes, I'd spend like $100.
That's nice stuff though.
And I would take it home and I would marinate it, let it sit overnight.
What do you use to marinate those beautiful ribeyes?
Salt, pepper, and garlic salt. Or garlic powder.
That's it. Don't ruin it with anything else.
And then
cast iron?
No.
What do you do?
I do charcoal.
Charcoal, okay. Oh,
yeah.
How do you like your steak?
Like medium well to medium.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything above that, it's like, I could just buy beef jerky. But man, what a great tradition though. That first year we did it.
Yeah.
We all looked at each other and we were like, why have we not been doing
this? So you talk about steaks. No, that thing is great. So David, Tiffany's dad, for Christmas. Yeah. That's what he does. He makes a fantastic steak. Yeah. It is delicious.
That's what I do for Christmas Eve.
Hey, which brings me into like I was talking to good old, I call him Boss. He used to call his dad Boss, and then when his dad passed away, he became the Boss. So Boss, or I married Dad, or David Hobbs. He was like, hey, I was looking at your podcast. I like it, but you need to be talking more controversial stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, well, why don't you come in and talk about controversial stuff? He's like, maybe.
What? All right then.
So there he is. I just mentioned your name, just so controversial. But no, like steaks are great addition though. So, but you do the same thing. Like you still have.
Yeah. So it's a normal Thanksgiving meal, but just instead of. Yeah.
Brilliant move. Yeah. That's very awesome. I don't know what we're doing. I think we're switching this Thanksgiving in our house this year. So I don't know. Maybe I do that. You know, I have Madison that loves. I remember sending you this stuff from Fogo de Chao. It's like a Brazilian steakhouse. If you guys love food and steak, you guys need to go in there. But maybe I do that because she loves steaks. I'm teaching her because she like it well. I'm like, I was like, no, honey.
We're going to work on that.
I'm working on it. And now she's liking it like medium well.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, baby steps. My goal is for her to go medium.
It's if medium is done correctly.
Yeah.
It can work.
Yeah. So we'll see. She was like, okay, so she's pretty good. And then I was like, filet mignon is great. Filet mignon is good. But I was like, but the best thing is like a ribeye.
That's where the
something
flavor
with
is,
bonus in there.
Filet mignon just doesn't. Yes, it's soft. Yes, it's
yeah.
But it doesn't have it doesn't have the taste.
The flavor on it. That's good. So I'm hungry now.
I am.
My goodness, and you haven't eaten anything yet.
I do have some. I found this interesting. I do have some Thanksgiving facts for us here.
Okay.
So the first Thanksgiving was actually a 3-day festival.
Wow.
1621. 50 pilgrims, 90 Wampanoag
What's
Indians.
a Wampanoag? Okay.
All right.
So sorry, I was not trying to make fun of that.
Yes. So 90 Wampanoag Indians lasted 3 days. And then I find this interesting. It says historians believe that only 5 women were present.
Here's your controversial stuff.
Don't make any jokes.
Hold it. Just go to the next thing.
Stop. So, so this is interesting too. So, all right. So one of the traditions a lot of people have on Thanksgiving is football. Right?
Yeah.
Sit down and watch football. And so the first game of football played on Thanksgiving was in 1876.
1876.
Between Yale and Princeton.
What?
Yeah. And the first NFL games played on Thanksgiving was not until 1920.
But hold on, let's talk about Yale and Princeton. Do they still have football programs?
Yeah.
How they're doing?
I actually literally, they were on ESPN this past weekend.
Did they play each other?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, you guys play a little earlier.
The Ivy League all plays each other.
Oh, okay.
And they just kind of compete for an Ivy League title.
That makes sense. In the NFL, you said it was 1920?
Yeah.
Who was the first game?
But you got to think about this. Princeton has like 20-something national championships.
Really?
Yeah, but they're all like
there's
pre-1920.
Pre they started buying players like Georgia and everybody else in the SEC.
Or like pre-electricity. It's really what it was, honestly. Let's see. I'm trying to find you the answer to your question about. Oh, here we go.
The two NFL.
The first professional Thanksgiving Day football game, 1920. More than a century ago, when Thanksgiving Day fell on November 25th, 6 football games took place. So here we go. We had the Akron Pros played the Canton Bulldogs.
Oh, there's your Bulldogs.
The Decatur Staleys played the Chicago Tigers.
Decatur? Where's Decatur? I know that it's Decatur, Georgia, but Decatur's everywhere. But where's Decatur on this one?
Now that I don't know.
Just keep going.
Elyria, which is Ohio. The Elyria Athletics played the Columbus Panhandles.
Oh.
The Dayton Triangles played the Detroit Heralds.
Oh.
The Chicago Boosters played the Hammond Pros.
See, I hear a lot of Chicago people in their stuff.
And the All Tonawanda in New York played the Rochester Jeffersons.
None of those teams exist today anymore.
I want to say, because I read something about this the other day, there are maybe 1 or 2 of those who over time have transformed into other.
Something else. Okay.
Yeah. Pro football was weird back in the day.
Still weird today.
Like when, yeah.
It's still now that they have felons playing in that stuff.
Got him.
Hey, talking about real fast about like times. You say this. I was just reading this, and it won't be long before people use the 20s, the 30s, and the 40s to describe 2020, 2030, and 2040.
Is that not wild?
So now we're just talking about. I know it's super wild.
I mean, Jorge, think about this. I was born in the late 1900s. I was watching something, and that was said, and I was just like, "Oh man,
that's terrifying." Like just the phrase.
It's not wrong.
It's like,
I was born in the late 1900s.
Well, at least you have a beer, and the hat, because you will show all that in photos on the 1800s. But you're right.
If I showed up like this in photos in the 1800s, they'd burn me.
Oh, it's just Yeah,
He's a witch.
So think about that again.
Or
it's like
wizard.
1920s. You said that 1920s, and I was like, wait a minute, we are already in the 2020s. Oh, it's hitting too fast. Anyway, so NFL. I was watching about. I'm so obsessed with Coach Prime. I like him. Do you see what he did this time? Go ahead.
Well, speaking of Coach Prime,
Did you get your hat?
I ordered it.
I
didn't order it today because today's Black Friday. I already have my hat that I ordered back on November 13th.
That is awesome, though.
So, yes.
That's pretty good.
So I'll have to wear it sometime
love
soon.
The logo. This is Prime and this is 21 in there. And then I was like, who's JC? I was like, wait.
Jesus Christ.
That's what I thought.
I don't know.
No, it's not. It's one of his first coaches. I was like, dude, you just missed. But anyway, like every
John
time.
Calvin.
John. He's a Calvinist. Anyway,
Talk about controversial.
he was like, he lost again. I'm not sure what he's doing now, but when he loses, and this is pretty cool. Somebody in the Sunday school class said, like, nobody gives credit to Jesus when you lose.
It's true.
Everybody's like, I want to say thank you. I won this championship. I want to say thanks to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. But nobody says when you lose, I want to give. But guess who does? Coach Prime gives him praise.
There you go.
All the time. It's like, before anything, I want to give praise to Lord Jesus Christ and my Savior did all this stuff. Anyway, go ahead. So that's pretty good.
Here's your last Thanksgiving fun fact.
Okay.
This is actually really interesting. So technically, Thanksgiving leftovers led to the invention of the iconic TV dinner that made its debut in the 50s. Like the 50s and 60s were like the heyday for microwavable, warm up.
Yeah.
1953, an overzealous Swanson employee overestimated the number of frozen turkeys the company should order for Thanksgiving, and the company was left with 260 tons of extra turkey after the holiday. But, look at this pun, but rather than eat the loss, salesman Jerry Thomas came up with a brilliant idea to create and sell individual turkey dinners, complete with cornbread dressing, gravy, peas, and sweet potatoes on reheatable trays, just like airline meals. Each pre-made feast cost a grand total.
What's the grand total?
98 cents. And so by the end of 1954, Swanson had sold 10 million frozen turkey meals, and the TV dinner industry.
Hey, it's me with the accent.
That's what it is. Jeff Colquitt.
I know.
Jeff Colquitt, are you listening?
I was just talking to Tiffany, to Madison. She was like, hey, it's not Colquitt. It's Colquitt.
It's not Colquitt.
I was like, I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm so sorry, Jeff Colquitt.
Jefe.
For being butchering your last name, Colquitt. Is that correct?
There you go.
There he is. I've been practicing.
Does that not feel weird, though?
I mean, it is not natural. Yeah.
Colquitt.
Colquitt. There he goes, Jeff Colquitt. Anyway, yeah, that's it. So anyway, hey, listen, I was watching this stuff. Have you seen SpongeBob before?
Yes.
It's a multiple SpongeBob verse.
Yes.
So I was watching this kid. Apparently, this kid had discovered like this weird conspiracy theory about SpongeBob.
No.
And it talked about the crispy or the Krabby Patties.
Yeah.
And he says that the secret recipe of the Krabby Patties is crab meat.
Well, yeah. Which is ironic because Mr. Krabs is a crab.
And he's
but
the
he has
only
a
crab.
daughter who's a whale.
That's right. But he's the only crab.
Oh, that's true.
In the whole ocean. So
Mr. Krabs has killed all his kinfolk.
So if they discover that he's actually killing the crabs, then he becomes the biggest enemy.
He's like the king crab.
That's right.
Well, little Patty, we're two of a kind. We've both lost our luster. So that's what I taste like.
You were just talking about food, and I was
And
just
that's why
thinking about
king
that
crab costs so much because there's only one left.
There is. I love crab meat. You like crab meat?
I love crab meat.
That's good stuff. Maybe you're gonna add that one to your next
Thanksgiving.
Christmas or Thanksgiving. But it's so expensive.
It's expensive, and it's like a
doesn't
It's like a
fill you out.
workout to.
No. I wish we could have. We need to find a place somewhere in LaGrange when they have
Like
all you can eat
legs.
crab legs. That would be great. They don't exist those anymore.
Not many places. Chinese buffets used to do it.
And then the price are getting pretty high on those things.
Well, and I just don't know how much I trust crab legs from a Chinese buffet.
So my brother-in-law and I, he works for a automotive manufacturing company that's in Detroit. I'm not gonna mention the name, but it rhymes with GM. And so one time I flew there, and we went to an all-you-can-eat crab meat.
Ooh.
And he was like, "Hey, work is gonna pay for it."
Yeah.
And I was like, "All right." So it was a really nice, nice place. They kicked us out
What?
because we were going
You
on
ate
like
so
we were
much.
was going for it, and the guy was like, "Oh, guys, just want to let you know. I mean, our plate is just like full of like."
I mean,
crab
was
meat.
there a fine print anywhere that said
No, but we were there. Like, think about it. I was like 20. I was 22, 23 years old. Prime time.
Y'all probably like, hey man, if we stay long enough, we can get lunch and dinner.
That's right. That's exactly it. So we're just going on like crazy, just like and going on, and then we're like, because it doesn't fill you up.
That's true. It feels like you're eating a lot because it takes so long to eat it, but you really don't eat that much.
And then we didn't put rice or anything like that. So then the guy, in a nice way, was like, "I think that's it for you guys." And I was like, "What do you mean?"
I'd have been like, "Show me in your little
And
thing
he
where it
was like,
says there's a limit."
I was like, "All right." And I was like, "I think he's kicking us out because we don't want to give a bad reputation to this company and stuff like that."
That's fair.
We're like, "Okay, that's fine."
GM does enough of that on their own,
That's right.
just by the vehicles they produce. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I'm a Ford guy, so I had to take that shot. I had to.
I didn't say anything. It's not me.
I'm only
you.
look. I'm just saying. I'm 33. I've only owned two vehicles in my life. They're both Fords, and I've never had issues with either one of them. So
Hey, I'm just reading this weird shower thoughts. It's funny.
okay.
Talk about this. Have you thought about someone's mom probably use you as a bad example for her kids? Don't be like Matthew. They always talks about Ford. Do you think they have that bad example?
This is gonna sound like I'm bragging.
Here you go, straight A student right here.
No. Well,
like that Wednesday, you're like, "Hey, I was a valedictorian in my school." I was
Hey,
like,
look, man. Yes. But then I got to college. Look, it might have been straight A's all the way through high school, but then I got to college and that dropped off real quick.
So I'm sorry, sir.
But I was definitely the how do I say this? I was the like scared goody two shoes kid growing up. So like I was the one that for example, so it was this kid's 7th birthday. All right, I still remember this. We go over to his house, we're spending the night, and Titanic had come out that year. All right. And now I'm 7 years old, right?
Yeah. You watched Titanic at 7 years old?
Hold on. I know I'm not supposed to watch it. Like, this has been stated in our household because I can remember going, I want to see that because I was interested in history and I was like, I want to see that. It's about the Titanic. And my parents are like, no, not at 7 years old for good reason. And so I knew I was not supposed to watch it. And so we were at my friend's birthday party.
Oh, no.
And nighttime rolls around. We're all settling in for bed. And this joker pulls the movie out. And this is when VHS was still the thing. And so you had to have the two VHSs because they couldn't fit it on one. And so we start watching it. And I was like, guys, I can't watch this. I'm not allowed.
Oh, my God.
And they're like, oh, suck it up. You got to watch it anyway. Come on, man. Don't be a loser.
Everybody's doing it.
Like, no, I can't watch this.
I'm telling you, no.
And so this, anyway, so this kid, about halfway through the movie, finally, like, his conscience kicks in.
Oh, okay.
And no, not my friend, I'm me. And I go out into the living room. Everybody's asleep in the rest of the house. And I pick up the phone and I call my mom.
No.
Mom, I'm over here. And I know I'm not supposed to watch Titanic, but we are. And I feel so bad. And so everybody got in trouble because
of Matthew
Goody
Goodman over there.
Tattled.
So that's where the name Goody came from.
Gosh, so that was the kind of kid I was.
That's pretty nice, though.
So I would imagine there wasn't a mom out there that was like,
no, actually, like, what can you be like Goody? You know,
that's
He's
probably
a good
what it was.
Kid, and they're like,
that's
no,
probably
I was
what
probably
it was.
the bad
All my
guy.
friends were probably the ones that were like,
well, where'd he go, man?
I hate you, man.
Listen, I will give you a high five right there. Hey, I just learned this stuff too. You know, like that emoji high five that people are using it wrong is a praying.
It's a no.
It's a high five.
People use it as praying hands, but it's really a clapping or.
Hey, someone was in a terrible car accident.
Hey, man, I'm clapping for you.
High five.
Good for them.
Good for them. Me too.
Oh, man.
But if you think about it, when you start clapping,
You get
you're
your
high fiving yourself.
You get your praise on.
Like,
Oh.
High five.
Go, Jesus. Go, Jesus.
It's your birthday.
Well, Christmas, yeah.
Anyway, so that's good. You're a good guy, man.
I try.
Again,
I try to live up to the last name.
good joke. Oh, that's true.
Because I've never heard that joke before. Good gracious. And everybody thinks they're like the first one to ever come up with it. They're like,
I'm going to tell you something. You're Goody because of your last name, Goody.
you're a good man.
You see this? It's funny, man. It's going to laugh. You're like, that's great, though. It's like my name, Delan Hill.
And you're like, are you an angel?
You're an angel. And right. And that's a good one. That's a good first timer. You're going far. You're going far right here.
Well, so
I think that's about it, man. Do you have anything else? Thanksgiving?
That's Black Friday.
What? Just tell us what any crazy stories on Black Friday. I always encourage people to text us, to tell us stories.
Yeah, look, text us, email us.
Yeah, that's right. Put it in there.
Smash that subscribe button
Hey guys,
to use the
algorithm,
like the influencer, the way they do that. They're like this video and smash that follow button or whatever, their subscribe button.
We need that algorithm. But you know, it's cool though. Like now in my TVs, because we don't have cable. Well, these people are broke. I don't believe in cable anymore, but it's getting pretty expensive.
Yeah, we don't have it either.
It's like all these services. I was talking to one of my friends, and the services are getting so expensive anyway. But I was just surfing the web, and then I just went to YouTube and recommended Borderless Banter, and I was like,
Look at it.
Goodness,
Look at it.
that's me right there.
And just so y'all know, for those of you that like to watch this on YouTube and whatnot, you can now watch it on Spotify.
Oh, that's right.
So you can listen to it on Spotify, obviously.
You can watch it now.
But if you leave your phone open, it will come up with the video now.
That's right. They were talking to you, Jeff Colquitt.
And so you can watch the video.
That's it. That's gonna be it, though.
Because we're that cool.
You're that cool. You made it happen. So there you go. Kudos to you.
It's because I'm Turbo Man.
Turbo Man. Can we please find that quote, Turbo Man?
I'll find it and put
That'd
it on
be great, though. I think
I'll
that's
actually
great,
do that.
though. Well, thank you so much.
There's
Have
so many,
fun.
Can I just say there's so many times when that exchange happens on the podcast.
Yeah.
And I'm editing and I go,
I forgot.
I'm not putting that
I'm
on.
not putting that one. No.
I will put Turbo Man because I love Turbo Man.
Turbo Man, Thanksgiving, and you need another T.
Oh, that's true.
What's up?
Maddie finally caught on to my
So
title.
my shirt stuff, it took like 17 weeks, and how what was that?
I think
like
Maddie called it out
15?
after like
14.
12 or 13,
Okay, yeah.
somewhere in there.
So why don't you just explain them? Maybe
Yeah, so for
nobody's
those of
like, what
you-
are they talking about?
For those of you who haven't noticed, all the titles of our episodes, the three things that we talk about, are an alliteration. And they all start with the same letter.
That's right. What? Mind blowing.
And on that note, Salana Aum Ice.
All right. See you guys later.
Peace.
Adios. Be quiet and stuff. This time I'm not laughing. I always laugh at it.